Hello, oh fuck, hello everybody, welcome to another video of the band Man. They're gonna be making a tier list on every single combat weapon in Darkheart. I really don't know how to explain this, like fucking damage category in Darkheart. We will be excluding explosives. That is the only thing that we will be excluding. And we will also not take into account accessories. So every single item here, every single sword, every single weapon, every single gun, it will be without any accessories. So no fire charm, right? No fire charm. All right, so let's go into it. We have S, A, B, C, D, usable and horrible tier. All right. So first of all, let's get into the swords. All right. Where do I even begin with this? All right, your copper sword, right? I don't know why I have two copper swords here, but original copper sword is solid B tier. Realistically, if you're good enough at PvP on its own, right? If you have some experience with this PvP, you could actually skip the step of getting the great sword because there would be no point, right? Great sword is a heavy melee damage sword, right? Meanwhile, the copper sword is a fast swing sword, right? So it's you can technically get more damage per swing. Well, more damage with the copper sword than the great sword, right? So that's why I'm putting it in B tier. It's a very solid starter early game weapon. One of the best swords in the game, in my opinion. Very useful. And yeah, you really only need to change it once you manage to get to the blacksmith or something like that. All right. Next, we will be doing, which sword do we do? Iron sword. All right, iron sword. It faces a big problem. It faces a big problem where at this point of the game, you could probably manage to get something better than the iron sword. There's really no point in getting the iron sword at all. Because you have the great sword. If you choose the great sword over the copper sword, then like there's no point in the iron sword because the great sword does more damage than the iron sword and the copper sword. So yeah, it's just kind of obsolete by the time you get to the blacksmith. Like, you'll already have much better loot. There's just no point in crafting this. Yeah, if you really want to, you can just skip and instantly go to the Dimeral sword. Like that's the problem. Right. Yeah, I'll just put this here. All right. Next, we have the. All right, we have my personal favorite. We have the great sword. In my opinion, it deserves that A tier because you can find it almost instantly by just looting chests. It's an insane early game sword. I feel like its damage should be nerfed by 1, right? So it'd be balanced. But yeah, first thing in my opinion that you need to do in the game is find chests and loot chests. And while looting chests, you can get the great sword. And with the great sword, it's very fucking OP, especially for early game. You can just slice through anyone. Plus, knockback really helps a lot. Okay, then we have Elric's sword. This is going to be a usable tier. The thing about the usable tier is the fact that it isn't like it's bad necessarily, right? That it's a bad thing, just it isn't bad. It's just by the time that you get there and get Elric's sword, by the time you beat Elric, you'll be over prepared. You'll probably have a Dimeral sword. You'll probably have at least iron armor. So Elric's sword will be useless. It's basically just an iron sword with faster swing speed, right? There's just no point in getting it. Like, at the end of the day, Fireband is just 10 times better. Which, quick question, where the fuck is Fireband? Alright, we have Fireband. So yeah, you'll probably have a Dimeral sword or Fireband, you know. It's just there's no point in using Elric's sword by the time you beat Elric. Right? There's just no point. Alright, next, we will be doing the Dimeral sword. Right? Dimeral sword? instant S tier. You cannot go wrong with the Dimeral sword. It's not like the top S tier. Fireband, in my opinion, is better because we're not counting in accessories. If with accessories, it's the best sword in the game. There's no sword better than it. It does the most damage. It has the fastest swing speed. It's the best of the best, right? Like, you can't go wrong with Dimeral sword. It's late game. It's the best sword. It's like, yeah. But Vital Accessories is the second best sword. What's in first place, you might be wondering? Of course, it's Fireband. Fireband. Can someone explain to me why the fuck Fireband has 15 damage per swing and then like 5 extra burn damage? Like, what the fuck? Whoever in their right mind thought this was balanced as a mid-game weapon, let me tell you, a mid-game weapon, it only costs 300 fucking Infernal Shards. This thing should be at least worth 1,000 Infernal Shards. It is so fucking OP, especially for mid-game. Once you get this, like, you can get this while having wooden armor. Like, what the fuck? This just isn't balanced. Instant S tier, it does a fuck ton of damage, it's OP as shit, and yeah, there really isn't anything better than it without accessories. Alright, next we have Lost Hero Sword. Any sword that has some weird ass name, right, in the blacksmith, it's fucking shit, right? It's just fucking shit. Okay, fine. I'll give you credit to D tier. Biggest problem is just why the fuck? Just like, why the fuck? Why would you pick this out of anything else? It has stats that are exactly the same to the Iron Sword. If it just has some random ass fucking names, it's always gonna be worse or the same as these average ass swords. Like, there's just no point. It doesn't have any special bonus effects. It doesn't have anything. It's just bad. It's literally just bad. Horrendous, horrible. But it's still usable, and it is in a point of the game where it's like it's not like completely obsolete. So I'll give it a D tier, right? I'll be kind. Next we have daggers. I don't know what to say about this. It's just they don't have any range. Attack speed might be fast, but like, who cares if the attack speed is fast? Like, if I have Fireband, I can hit you from 10 meters away, and you can't even hit me from 2 meters away. Like, what the fuck's the point of using a dagger when it can't do shit? Yeah, literally, I have no idea why in your right mind you would use a dagger. I've never used a dagger. They don't do a lot of damage. They have horrible range. It's just impossible to find an opening for the dagger or do solid damage with a dagger. It's just worthless, useless. Shittiest drop in the game, shittiest thing ever. Anyways, carrying on to the bows. Alright. Big problem with bows, right? Normally iron bow, also the normal bow. I don't know why I don't have the normal bow here. I forgot to even take a screenshot of the normal bow. But yeah, iron bow, copper bow here, and then dimeral bow here. That's how it normally look like. With the normal bow being an A tier, right? That's how it normally look like. Right? But one big ass fucking problem. Iron bow and copper bow have fucked up collisions, which makes it so if you try to even use it, you'll just fucking fly away. You'll fly away and die. There's just no situation where you can even use it. It's worthless. It's pitiful. Normally, B tier with the collisions, horrible, useless, unusable. Right. Only Dimeral gets an A tier because it doesn't have bug collisions, and the wooden bow will also be here in A tier. I'll try to put something in here later, but we'll just do that for later. All right. Yeah. What do we have now? What do I even do? What do I even pick? Ooh, yeah, wands. I need to point this out. Wands are just atrocious. They don't do anything. Like, there's no point in buying them. They're in early game, right? You can get them in early game, but there's just no point in getting them. Why? What in the fuck would be the point? Like, huh? It's just genuinely like pissing me off that this is even a choice to like get this. Basically, my point is the fact that they don't do any damage. They take a fuck ton of mana and take a fuck ton of time to use. Why? Just why? D tier. Okay, they're better than daggers because daggers are literally like you can't even get damage with daggers, right? They're better than daggers. But yeah. All right. Next we have a greater light. Yeah, greater light. A greater spark. Greater spark. Yeah, greater spark. I don't have lesser spark, but lesser spark would be a C tier. But greater spark is a B tier. I'll tell you, it's a good early mid game spell. You can do a solid amount of burn damage. I don't know. It's just not bad. Next, we have our magical spell that I don't remember the name of. Ooh, Lesser Blitz, right. Lesser Blitz, instant S tier. Why? I'm gonna make it very simple. Perma Ragdoll. Tell me why the fuck this thing can just permanently ragdoll you, making you unable to run away, jump, or do anything useful. Like, you can just ragdoll them, get 2 shots at them with a Dimensional Sword, then your magical crow thingies from Corvid, or your torch wisps will just fucking demolish them. Like, you can get a solid 50 damage with a single blitz. Because like, you just ragdoll them, you go up to them, 50 damage, done. Half their HP, gone. Boom, instant S tier, bro. There is nothing better than this spell. Lesser Blitz, get Lesser Blitz. I beg you, get Lesser Blitz. Lesser Blitz is OP as fuck. Also, you will be called a fucking gay. Also, you will get called like a million slurs if you use this, but you know that's not the point. That's not the point. But yeah, continuing on. Okay, revolvers. Revolvers are an interesting topic. Copper revolver, instantly a D tier. I just don't see a point in using it, considering the fact that from the same chests you can loot an iron revolver. Only good thing about revolvers is that they can shoot faster than the bows. But at the same time, just bows are usually just better than the revolvers because the bow's higher accuracy. So iron revolver goes in C tier. The revolver can sometimes get a solid amount of use, but I don't know. Like, I see like top tier players use the revolver sometimes, but like unless they're like really far away and you manage to hit a couple shots, it's at best it's annoying. But it can still do some damage. It still stun you back. Maybe with a blitz, with a lesser blitz, it can actually be like seriously threatening. So that's why I'm putting it B tier, just because of the potential it might have in the future. But right now the revolver really needs a buff, and it's kind of bad. Okay, next on the summons, the staffs. Corvid, instant S tier. Nothing more to say here. If you have Puppeteer's outfit, boom, free crows, just demolishing everyone. With with the fire charm accessory, the flame charm accessory, it'd be the top dog, right? The best of the best. But without accessories, the torch is better than it because of the fire damage. So yeah, in this tier list, torch is better. But normally, Corvid with a flame charm, 10 times better, like a million fucking times better. Right. Next we have greater end chain and lesser end chain. So lesser end chain will be number 32, and greater end chain will be number 31. Lesser end chain, it faces the same problem that Elric Sword faces. What's the point? If like you can just get greater end chain before you'll get the lesser end chain. Plus, lesser end chain is a fucking rare as hell spell. There's just like, come on, bro. Like, it's rare as fuck. At least make it usable. So yeah, that's useless. It doesn't stun. It doesn't do anything. Greater end chain, D tier. It's super hard to hit. Might get you like 10 damage on a lucky day. But yeah, D tier besides that. Like, just, why? Why in the world? But yeah, that's basically my my tier list here. And let me just add in a few things that I forgot to add. Alright, so I added 2 things that are missing here. So we have the lesser spark, which is a C tier just because it's just kind of meh. And then we have throwing knives, which is an A tier because they're annoying as hell. And if you manage to hit quite a bit of headshots, you can do some serious damage. Because they're super fast throwing speed and super high accuracy, they can like slow you down a lot, stun you for a good amount of time. You might, if you're lucky, get 30 damage down. Then you can stun them with lesser blitz, get a few hits with your fire band or your Dimeral sword, and you can just spam the living shit out of them. And yeah, that's all we got here. It's the full tier list. You can take a screenshot of this, look at it anytime you want to see how you want to build your deck. Let's say your deck, right? Your hand. How you want to build your inventory slots. And yeah, that's about all. See you guys. Good luck.